Hi everyone, my name is Ashima, and today I'm here to talk about an issue that affects millions of women, including the women we see around us every single day. Every woman deserves to feel safe in her home, on the streets, and even online. But the reality is far from safe. Violence follows women everywhere. So, today I will be talking about the major forms of violence that continue to harm women every day: street harassment, domestic violence, and online harassment. This is not just a presentation, this is a voice, a reminder, and a responsibility for all of us. Street harassment is one of the most common and yet most ignored forms of violence. A woman walking to college, to work, to a market can never be fully sure she will reach safely. Catcalling, stalking, whistling, unwanted comments, men following women at night, men recording them without consent, and the saddest part, most women don't even report it because people say things like, ignore it, this is normal, boys will be boys. But harassment is not normal, fear is not normal. Women changing routes, hiding their clothes, holding keys in their hands as weapons, that is not normal. Street harassment steals something very valuable, a woman's basic sense of freedom. But the impact doesn't end there. Street harassment changes the way women live their everyday lives. It forces them to plan their routes based on safety, not convenience. It makes them avoid certain streets, certain markets, certain timings, even if it means walking an extra kilometer or spending more money on transport. Many girls carry pepper spray, safety apps, or pretend to talk on the phone when a man walks too close, not because they are paranoid, but because experience has taught them to be alert. Some stop wearing what they like, some avoid going out alone, some stop taking evening classes or late shifts because safety becomes more important than their dreams. And every woman has a story, a moment that made her heart race, a man who followed her too long, a comment that made her feel exposed, a stare that made her feel unsafe. Most of these stories never get shared because the world tells women don't walk alone, don't wear this, don't go there, don't stay out late. And street harassment is only what we see outside. But what about the violence that happens behind closed doors? The violence that never gets recorded on CCTV, the violence that women hide because they have nowhere else to go. That brings us to the second form, domestic violence. For many women, the most dangerous place is not the street, it is their own home. Domestic violence is not always loud. It doesn't always look like a bruise or a wound. Sometimes it looks like silence, fear, control, isolation. It looks like a woman checking her husband's mood before speaking, deleting messages so he doesn't get angry, covering marks with makeup, pretending she fell, smiling in public while crying in private. Violence at home often begins quietly: a raised voice, a harsh word, a slap that is just once, a threat that becomes routine. And slowly, a woman starts believing she deserves it because she is told, don't break the family, adjust a little. Every marriage has problem. What will people say? But abuse is not a family problem, it is a crime. Every woman deserves a safe home, not a home that breaks her spirit every day. And the saddest truth, most domestic violence cases go unreported, not because women are weak, but because society fails to support them. But violence does not stay inside the home. In today's world, it follows women even into their phones, into their screens, into their digital spaces. The third form of violence is silent but powerful: online harassment. The internet is supposed to connect us, but for many women, it has become another place to be afraid. A woman's social media gets filled with threats, abusive comments, fake accounts watching her, misuse of her photos, stalking that never stops, and the worst part, it can happen anytime, even while she is sitting safely at home. Online harassment may not leave bruises, but it leaves deep emotional scars. It affects confidence, sleep, studies, work, and mental health. A violence today no longer needs physical contact. A single message can destroy peace. And all three forms, street harassment, domestic violence, and online harassment, have one thing in common: they all try to control women through fear. Thank you for listening.